Thank you, Natalie. Thank you everybody for joining us. It's a pleasure to see all of you here. My name is Ivana. I'm director here at Secret Dalmatia, and with me is Laura. She's our marketing wizard, and she will assist with all the materials that you will be needing after the webinar. Let's start a bit. So just a second to hide my part of the screen. So we at Secret Dalmatia cover, besides Croatia, we cover also Slovenia, Montenegro, Bosnia, Serbia, all the way to Albania. Most of our clients and our advisors focus on Croatia as a focal point of the itineraries. And then Slovenia and Montenegro are kind of add-ons. But for the last few years, we get more and more inquiries for Slovenia specifically, just in a bit of combination of northern part of Croatia, like this Istria Peninsula here. It's a beautiful combination of Venice, Istria, and Slovenia. Or if they're visiting Montenegro, then it's usually in combination with Dubrovnik, because these two places are like within 1 hour apart, driving distance. When it comes to Bosnia and Serbia, those destinations, and Albania as well, those destinations I like to call for more adventurous profile of travelers, or the ones that are really, really into history, so they like to experience it firsthand. We've been in business for now over 20 years, part of our shows, so Internova Ensemble, visiting all the best, in my humble opinion, travel shows, and TL represents us for years now. But the things that sets us apart from all other DMCs, I like to mention these beautiful people here. So most of them are working exclusively for us. They are winemakers, yacht crew, chefs, historians, artisans, members of Jewish community that take our guests on guided tours, adventure guides. So really different profiles, and they make my life really, really, really easy for last decade or so with hosting our clients during their travels. Food and wine is a big part of our itineraries. This is Mario, one of my favorites. He's been with us for, I think, 12, 13 years now, and he's a winemaker. His family produces wine for over 500 years now. And during his tour, he takes our guests to his friend's wine cellar, and then they end up at his place. His wife cooks for you, and you have this beautiful tipsy family by 5 p.m., I would say. But many other characters as well. And one of my favorite when it comes to food is Tatiana. That's this lovely smiley lady here. And whenever you have a client who is a foodie and likes cooking classes, traditional food, we will make our best to make Tatiana part of their itineraries. Whether we need to reverse the dates or the entire flow, she has to be a part of it. It's either her or Katja or Yolanda. One of them is definitely a must person to meet. Vedran, our oyster guy, he has this beautiful family oysteria in Dubrovnik area, let's say, different truffle hunt experiences. We have these in 2 parts of Croatia. My favorite wine tasting, her name is Anna, and she's like superwoman. She teaches in college, she's a sommelier, she has this beautiful wine garden in Dubrovnik. So most of our walking tours actually end up at her place. Or something like this. This is my favorite fine dine experience, but with a twist. His name is Rudi, and he's a personal friend of ours. And he takes our guests to his boat, and he's your captain for the day. His sommelier is a skipper, and they host you on the boat and prepare this wine pairing meal. They tell you stories about the destination, and they're really, really fun people to spend the day with. Even though he's a Michelin star chef, he's really not a diva type. He's a really fun and knowledgeable guy. Or this started a few years back when we were hired to organize a bachelorette party for this beautiful group of ladies, and they're actually Victoria's Secret Angels. And their agent called us that they want something lay low, casual, like a light dinner, let's put it that way. We organized this beautiful picnic near Dubrovnik. We had a chef on site, music, candles, everything. Of course, the next day they posted it on Instagram. Their agent called us immediately, And now we organize this similar experience throughout the country, whether it is a family, romantic gatherings, for couples, picnics, and similar. Or this was done a bit more upscale. It was a multi-generational travel, and grandmother organized this for a family. It was done in this beautiful site overlooking Dubrovnik old town, also with music, photographer. It was really, really super emotional, actually. Or this was done last year, my pride and joy. It was done on a private island. We had a group of friends cruising together on a yacht with us, and they had in their itinerary surprise dinner on the island. Of course, they didn't expect something like this. They thought it would be like a local tavern or something similar. But when they disembarked their yacht, we welcomed them there. They climbed up on top of it, actually here. They hiked all the way up, and there was this beautiful setup. It was just about the sunset. The lead guest became super emotional, started to cry. She called her agent immediately and booked the same yacht and the same event, but on a different island for this year and for the next year. So this is kind of great reward for us and for our efforts. Different elements of surprise in terms like dinners and similar can be done on different places and for different occasions, whether it is for Game of Thrones, honeymoon couple, even small events for companies. History and culture, of course, we are in the Balkans, so this is a significant part of our business, whether it is a Roman heritage, religious tours, folklore performances, jewelry making, different things can be done. Family travel becomes more and more popular in Croatia. Me as a mother, I like to say maybe it's because of the short driving distances. So in the morning, you can be on the beach. In the afternoon, you're in the mountains. So it's really easy to travel with kids, no matter on the age. And all of our tours are adjusted to all ages. So no tour can be the same when you have a 3-year-old, 7-year-old, 11-year-old teenager or similar. So we had different cooking classes, storytellings. This was done as a caving adventure, visit to national park, different animal experiences. And of course, adventure being a big part of family experiences as well. Different hikes, bikes, as I said, really diverse destination in terms on landscapes. This is one of my favorite hikes. It's on Brač Island, and you get to hike all the way to this monastery, which is carved in stone, which is really, really amazing and unique story around it. Or this.
Question,
Yes.
Ivana, because you mentioned families, and
Yes.
I had the pleasure of being with Ivana 2 years ago.
Yeah, yeah. Time flies.
Like many, many, many years ago. And the country is absolutely gorgeous, and I can see why this will be like a perfect destination for a family. Do you feel that there are cities that accommodate, say, families with younger kids better than others? And I'm thinking more mobility, right? Like strollers, little kids, a lot of walking, that kind of thing. And the same thing with people with mobility issues. And where would you say, like, stay on this path versus no?
In general, as all Mediterranean countries, it's challenging because of the stone roads, pedestrian zones, many, many stairs. But we even had this year grandmother. She was 94 and she required wheelchair during the trip, which we have for
Still
our guests.
traveling.
So, but we have this, and actually this was completely wrong information because this lady managed to walk this national park that you can see now on the picture, and she walked it in the shortest amount of time, and now her name is at one of the entrances of the
Oh, I
national
love
park.
this.
So this is a twist, but in general for the families and when you have a
That's different. I love that.
yeah, definitely. But we always go with hotels that have, of course, kids clubs and similar, which is limited in Croatia. But when you are on an island in a good hotel that has a beach on site and different boat experiences, that's ultimate fun for all ages, definitely. And of course, when it's approachable by trolley and similar. but both experiences show to be the best way to spend the time with families. And of course,
and I also want to mention that different than some other countries, not all, but some other countries, Croatia offers a side of history that it's so different than other places in the world. So not just the combination of perhaps there are areas, as Ivana was saying, there are areas in where it feels more Italian than anything else. And of course, the whole Game of Thrones factor adds another added value to the history and towards topics. So I do think that for a family or a younger family, it's actually much more interesting than the typical European city.
yeah, definitely. Sorry.
Oh, you took a photo of me while I was in the water.
Yes, a recent photo. Before
No.
seeing Natalia in action, I just wanted to mention Krka National Park.
Forgot to tell me this.
So everybody who's been to Croatia or selling the destination knows that Croatia is also known for the national parks. There are actually two of those that are kind of most popular. One is Plitvice Lakes, a bit up north, but down south, it's Krka National Park. So this is 1 hour drive from Split, which is kind of a central part of Dalmatia. And it became, of course, super busy over the years. And 2 years back, we tested this experience that shows to be huge success. Now we visit the national park by boat. So it's super exclusive. You first do this tasting where your feet are literally in the water of the waterfalls, and then you walk for like 5 minutes, you embark the boat, you get to cruise the river or even swim under the waterfalls, which is really, really unique because there is no other way. It's not allowed to swim when you take a regular path. So this is the only way that you can swim under the waterfalls, and by the time you disembark the boat, you're basically alone in the park. And you get to see all these popular places that you probably saw during the exploring the destination. So this became a huge hit among couples, families, all of the visitors, actually.
Can we talk briefly about the seasonality for the country and what's peak versus shoulder season?
Yes. So our season starts in, I would say, late April and lasts till mid-November. So peak season is July and August, but mostly for families. But our profile of clients, which are usually mature couple, well-traveled, empty nesters, they usually travel May and June, and then September and October. So we still have now travelers by the end of November. I think that Secret Dalmatia season is officially over, but the thing with November is that islands are mostly closed. I mean, hotels and restaurants. So these itineraries in November and April mostly focus on outdoors and traveling along the coast, but rarely including the islands.
Got it.
Different when it comes to adventure activities. This is one of the special ones, freediving class with Lydia Leash, who is a world record holder. So similar to Natalia's experience in the sports. And we have this, this is a really specific one, but as we can do anything that our clients prefer to, this was done for a family that had a son who was playing water polo for his college. And then when they traveled here, we found about that information, and actually Croatian team won Olympic medal in water polo, and we organized a practice with them. So this was a huge success for these specific clients. Different Balkan adventures, as I said, this is for somebody who is really into history or who is willing to get bragging rights when they go back home and tell their friends that they visited some place that almost none of them did. But this is a thing where you need to compromise in terms of accommodation, because most of the destinations like Bosnia, Serbia, and Albania are not up to same standards as Croatia or Slovenia or Montenegro. When it comes to Montenegro, there is this small bay and everything called Boka Bay, and everything revolves around that area. So Montenegro has a beautiful mountains, but there is still no accommodation that is up to standards there. We are still waiting for a few to build. But in the meantime, we are focusing on this bay, beautiful boutique properties, one and only is there. Different experiences, wine tastings, active tours can be done. And usually our guests stay there for about 3 nights as a perfect closure after visiting Croatia to extend their stay there for 3 nights, usually in one and only. As for Slovenia, uh, when I try to describe this destination to somebody who never been, I use the term Little Switzerland. It's really neat, green, super clean, organic. Everything revolves actually about biodynamic wines and organic food. So this lady over here is a Michelin star chef, and she just now won a reward as the second best chef in the world. Her name is Anna Roche, and many of our guests visited her restaurant, and we have even one experience with her and her sister. Charter, of course, Croatia has has over 1,000 islands and has the biggest charter fleet in the world. So it makes sense that this is a big part of our business. Many of our partner advisors don't feel safe selling the yachts, and that's where we step in. We really make it super simple and straightforward. Only thing you need to share with us is actually number of guests and their aimed budget. We can even help you with that if you don't know the budget, and we will tell you like what would be good option in certain category. Our personal favorite are luxury sailors. They are locally made with local crew. They usually have 6 cabins. And why I prefer them most is the look of the cabins. It looks like a boutique hotel room. So it's fully crewed, really providing excellent service. Definitely catamarans are a good choice. And these smaller ones we use for a daily transfer. So it's never A to B, like straight transfer. We always make en route island hop to make the most of guests' stay and to offer them best value for money, of course.
Ivana, knowing that this part of visiting the destination is a big part, how in advance do you suggest that advisors look into chartering and specific boats, etc.? Because when one thinks the biggest float, I automatically think the thought is like, I'm not going to have a problem, but I know the demand is super high. So what do you suggest when it comes down to that?
Good point, Natalia. Thank you. Because even though Croatia has the biggest fleet in the world, we are super picky who we work with.
Right.
So in our portfolio, we have maybe like 20-ish yachts that we work with. And the reason is that we inspect all of them, same we do with hotels. So we inspect each yacht and the crew. So in case the owner is changing crew each year, something is not working there. So we switch to another boat. So this is the reason why we are limited. And we just today had a booking, and this captain has 3 boats, and we kind of managed to get last available week for one of his boats. So now is perfect timing. By the end of this year is perfect timing to book a yacht, a good yacht for the next year, especially these bigger ones like 5, 6 cabins. For smaller ones, we can even stretch to, I would say, even to April. But for these bigger, most luxurious ones, we definitely need to, now is the ideal timing.
Perfect.
Yeah. So as I said, same with yachts and hotels, we are super picky. We work with 4- and 5-star hotels only. Usually they are centrally located. We prefer boutique properties, but we have a few bigger ones as well. Here we made a small map. These are not all the properties we work with, but there are just few more. So this is just for you to get an idea where these properties are. So in Split, there is Ambassador Hotel. This is definitely, it's not a perfect 5-star. For me personally, it's more of a 4 plus, but it's the best one in the town. Maslin on Hvar Island. Hvar Island, it kind of became known as a party destination, but this one is actually on the quiet side of the island. So you get kind of best of both worlds. They have also villas on site, which is great for families. Villanai, a bit up north. It has this Amman vibe, you know, it's in the middle of nowhere. You just go there and you want to do nothing, literally just enjoy great service, great food. They actually just now won 3 keys from Michelin, I think. Yeah, 3 keys. And they're on top of the hill in the middle of Olive Grove, just 8 rooms and 3 restaurants. So like impeccable service there. Up north in Istria, bordering with Slovenia and Italy, we have Grand Park. It's a modern, beautiful property with unbeatable view of the old town. Villa Dubrovnik, I just stayed there 2 weekends ago. They renovated actually this year. They finished their renovation. Beautiful job they've done. I mean, the service, the uniforms, the everything they did in this property is definitely spectacular. One and only, everybody knows about the brand. It's in Montenegro. It's definitely our best seller there. For me personally, I think it's a bit generic. It doesn't have this feel of destination, but we have impeccable feedback. So great for families, couples. Mamula, a bit more unique property. It's in Montenegro, so it's an island with only this property. It's actually an old fortress that renovated to be a property with 33 bedrooms. In Slovenia, we have selection of boutique properties only. So also depends on the clients, whether they want to be in the mountains, like this Chalet Sofia that has only 5 bedrooms, or Zlata Lađica in Ljubljana, in capital. Really, really beautiful one in pedestrian zone. Nebesa Chalet on the right, with only 4 units, or Boutique Hotel Milka that has a Michelin star restaurant and this great view of mountains. We have villa department as well. This mostly works ideally for families that don't want to move a lot. So if you have a well-positioned villa, you can do really different experiences each day and cover a lot of country. It's a tiny country, so it's not a problem. For example, if you're on an island, let's say Hvar, you can visit even Split, different islands each day. So it really offers a lot. They are just different in style, interior. This is my favorite one near Dubrovnik. All of the A-list celebrities visiting Croatia usually stay there. And this is the people behind the entire story. They are the ones that are in touch with all of our partners, super responsive. They get back to you at least with an initial outline within 24 hours, which is great. Always available on WhatsApp. We are working with American market for 20 years, so we are aware of the time difference and the importance of getting back to you really soon. So for anything, you can reach out to them at any time. And of course, to me, I'm available all the time. And that's it. I will stop sharing my screen so I can, yeah, I'm
Beautiful.
here.
A couple of more questions. Looking at 2026, are you seeing an increase or decrease, or you see the same from a time of cost per person per day? What are we looking at for 2026?
Oof. So yes, this is a tricky one. So unfortunately, but as the entire world is going crazy with prices, Croatia is also raising rates. It's mostly hotels. Services already went up last year. So for this year, I'm not thinking that they will follow the same trend, but the hotels did raise their cost 7-8% for now. So last year we had an average spend starting from 800 euro per person per day. So still waiting final numbers for this year, but I think it will go up for sure, at least for 100 euros per person. So, but starting cost, including accommodation and kind of a basic services, not these luxury charters and similar, would be, I would say, 850, let's put it that way, per person per day.
Person per day.
Yeah.
And knowing that, of course, Croatia is, the main point, are there any trends within the destination? And that is either any areas that you feel like people should know about that are becoming of more interest?
If I can go back to my presentation, I will try there, just to show you the map of the, so it will be easier to, or not.
Because I do think that there has been a little bit of an emphasis outside of Croatia to see what else, and within Croatia to see what else is there to visit.
So I usually, and the bestseller, our bread and butter, is this magic triangle of Split, one of the islands, and Dubrovnik. So everybody know about those. Everybody's selling. They feel safe selling those. But for last few years, we are trying to push more up north. Now in Zadar we have Hyatt. I know that Hyatt doesn't sound luxurious and definitely maybe not something that our clients are usually staying at, but this Hyatt in Zadar is built in a historical building actually, so it's a really, really nice property. And these islands here, like Lošinj, and here on this island across Zadar is that Villa Naj that I showed in the presentation. So this northern part, definitely Istria here, along with Slovenia, has so much to offer, but we understand that it's a process to get there to make these places popular. But I can proudly say that each year we have more and more bookings of Istria and these destinations in between. But it's usually these islands more off the beaten path are mostly for now for repeating clients, and we have many people visiting Croatia for a few times, so then they usually decide for these islands here.
And outside of Croatia, how do you feel about other regions outside?
So Montenegro kind of became on a daily basis we book Montenegro. So I don't even make now difference between Croatia and Montenegro as destinations. As I said, it's kind of a logical extension of every Croatia itinerary because most of them end in Dubrovnik because of the flights. We have direct flights with Newark for years now. So they visit Montenegro and fly out of Dubrovnik. But for Slovenia, for last 2 years, we get more and more inquiries, especially in combination with Istria. And so it's Italy, Slovenia, Istria, or only Slovenia and Istria. Istria is this region where Rovinj is. And I don't have the numbers now, but I can easily say that our Slovenia numbers doubled from last year for sure. And I can tell definitely that it will be even more and more popular. For Bosnia, Serbia, and Albania, no significant interest. It's usually, as I said, somebody more adventurous and into history, but we can see increase in Albania for sure. But as you know, Natalia, we are super honest about Albania, and definitely it's like with a big explanation on what to expect, because we need to meet our clients' expectations when we present it. Yeah.
Completely, and mainly to cover the advisor as well, right? And all of this, which is the main point of it. Chris had a quick question, actually. Do you, and I know the answer of this, but do you have a sample itinerary for 14 nights that they can use to share with clients? So absolutely, we have that. So either Laura or Ivana are going to follow up and share that information with you. That's no problem at all. And on that note, at the end of this webinar and in a few days, you're all going to receive obviously the contact information for Ivana and Laura, as well as a copy, obviously, of this presentation. So if you need to share it with anybody from your teams, you can do that. Aside from that, Laura's fantastic at putting marketing pieces together. So if you need anything for your own personal social media, if you want to create a newsletter to kind of start planting the seed for 2026, I know that's something that can be done. So just raise your hand or your voice, but don't raise your voice because that's rude. And we can assist you with anything with the marketing side as well. I don't know if we have any other questions, or Ivana, Laura, is there anything else that you guys want to close with? We have a couple.
I just wanted to thank everybody for joining us. As Nat said, we're at your disposal for anything you might need, especially for the materials. We are aware that social networks are necessity these days, and Laura can make you beautiful photos, send you beautiful photos, videos, or whatever you need for your promotional purposes.
Oh, we have another question. Is it too late to plan for Christmas market?
Actually, it's not. Every year we have just a few bookings, unfortunately, for Christmas, and it's usually focusing only on Slovenia and Zagreb, because Zagreb is known for the Christmas markets. So it's still okay timing. Yeah.
Yeah, really good time. Plus, it's so beautiful too.
Yeah.
I think we have all the answers already. Ladies, thank you so very much for your time. This was great to have you both.
Thank you.
And
Thank
for everybody
you.
that joined us, thank you again. Have a great week.
Thank
Thank
everybody
you.
for joining.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.